Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share the workflow of reverse engineering process. Scan 3D a plastic bottle using the Roland 3D scan machine. Get the point cloud data. Create the mesh and surface data. And then lastly, create the solid model. The dimension of the part is like here in the picture here. The scanning process, I divided into two steps, in the bottom part and then the upper part, because I want to get the two kind of the rough and fine scanning. So let's jump to the scanning process. So first of all, we should put the part over here and then close the door, and we just turn on. Okay, and at the software part, click the preview, I guess. You're just guessing. Oh yeah, that's moving inside there. Okay. Okay, yeah. Something moving inside. Yeah, it's rotating. Yeah, that's good. It's better have a visual. So they are rotating inside there.
When I get something at the left.
Huh?
When I get something where I want to hold it.
Yeah, they are previewing here. Yeah, you're working. It gives a preview. Yeah.
You have an umbrella?
No. They are doing the preview. Inside there, there's a sensor of the laser, and then right now is doing the slice by slice previewing. Okay, let's see what's the result. So this is the result of the scan part from the bottom part. So the total scanning is about 45 minutes just for the this bottom, and then this is for the upper part with the pitch is smaller, and then it took 2 hours and 15 minutes for the total scanning. So this is the point cloud which is imported inside into the power mill. So as you can see, there's two different resolution of the scan data. The lower is the cross resolution, and then the upper is the final. And then I just click both of the point cloud and combine. Okay, after I combining the point cloud data, so I just click and create a mesh from it. I'm using the step over. I think maybe 0.5 is enough, and then the fill hole diameter will be I think 5 millimeter. Okay, and then we just click OK, and then PowerShape will generate the mesh from those point cloud. Okay, it's done, and as we can see here, okay, I will show you. That's the kind of the purple color. So as you can see, there's a point cloud and then merged with the mesh data. Okay, yeah, I think it's quite a good result, but the orientation is not as we desired. So I will reorient using the rotate command, using maybe 6.5 degree. Okay, just click OK. Yeah, I think it's aligned enough. It's good enough for the alignment. Okay, now I will select the point cloud, and then I will put in the layers, so we can continue working, and then select the point cloud to the selection. Okay, this is the view of the mesh. Okay, this is a particular mesh. Okay, and then we are going to start building the wireframe like a skeleton, basically using the dynamic sectioning. So as you can see, if I slide the slider over there, I can see through the using the sectioning, and then at the particular section I just click create a wireframe. So basically PowerShape will create the wireframe within the around of the axis, around the mesh. Okay, so I just continuing create the wireframe over there. Okay, so because there's a slightly taper angle, so I need a few wireframe, and then when it comes to the top, because I assume this shape is not necessary to put the wireframe in between, because the shape is similar or maybe like an extrusion. So I just create the last wireframe over there. So just jump it into the last section of the wireframe. Okay, so I select all the created wireframe here, all of it, and then to the minutes I doing the repoint to arrange with the okay. So after I arrange, I just click all the wireframe and then click the using the smart surfacer, and I will choose the appropriate command. Okay, so that's will be the body. Okay, that's the body. So for the bottom part, I need to create the extension of this surface using the point over there. So I just click and drag to the particular location, and then in that particular position I use manual segment to select the plane, and then we just select the plane over there, and then let's the preview. Okay, it will create basically approximate to the surface over there. So and then I just hide the mesh, and then I will create the fillet for those two surfaces, in between those two surfaces, with the 3mm radius of the fillet. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good sign. Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so let's continue to the rest of the, maybe I will put the surface at the layer 2, layer 1, okay, and then wireframe to the layer 2. Okay, so I need to create I will divide the position over there. Okay, so I create a plane surface with 148 to create a plane over there. Okay, so that plane we're going to use to later on we're going to use to split the mesh, because at the bottom surface is already created. So that particular location I need to use as a cutting position. Okay, so I create a sketch here at around the neck position of the cap. So I also want to use that line using the 51 degree angle. Okay, and then that particular position I will use to cut the mesh. Okay, so first of all I will create the surface extrusion on the line and then use the equal length. So this surface is going to be like a knife to cut the mesh over there. Okay, it's already cut. So as you can see, so I have to divide it mesh, okay, over there. So from the particular mesh here, I create a new work plane. Okay, no, first of all I will create the boundary. As you can see, they will create a sketch. I mean a curve around that edge of the boundary. Okay. So, and also I continue to create the work plane using the center selection here. So they will automatically put the work plane in the center of this particular mesh, and then from that position I use the dynamic sectioning to capture the skeleton. Okay, as you can see here, if I slide, maybe I will use 0. So, and then from that position I capture the curve. Okay, let me hide, yeah, over there. So the principle is I will use this we call it like a revolve sketch. Okay, maybe it's a revolve sketch. So I recreate, in order to have the smooth surface, so I recreate the sketch over here using the line, as you can see. Okay, like that. Okay, and then I will continue to recreate this line. Okay, and then I will add a fillet over to this line over here. Yeah, okay, I will add the fillet. Okay, I'll add fillet there, and then I can drag the value of the fillet. Maybe this one is 3 is enough. Okay, so I'll continue also create a fillet over here. Okay, and then over there. Okay, maybe it's too large, so we use the smaller value of the fillet. Okay. Okay, I will connect on the both end and then use the midpoint, same as a midpoint. And right now I'm going to reposition my work plane. Okay, I will going to reposition here. Okay, and then I will align the axis in order to match. So to align, you just click and drag at the arrow over there. Okay, over there. Okay, yeah, I think it's perfectly aligned. So as you can see here, so in PowerShape you can simply create the curve which will follow at the particular edge of the surface or of the solid or of the line using the composite, yeah, that one, composite curve. So you just define the start and end, and then click, they will create the surface, and then I just revolve it like that. Okay, so it's created. of the cap of the bottle. Okay. Now let's continue to the what I call it is the duck, or duck neck something because it's like a neck of the duck. So first of all, I will create the z-axis cutting over there. Okay, I will create the curve, sorry, create. Okay, and then I also need to add some radius over there. Okay, let me add the have a position in order to get to better view. Let me hide the mesh first. Okay, over there, and then this one. Okay, then I'll put a work plane over there. So later on we will going to use that work plane as a useful okay, so I continue to the another arc over there. Okay, and then put the work plane its center. Okay, so I align this work plane using so what I'm trying to do is I'm going to align this work plane in order to get the vertical and horizontal position of the bottle, so like that. Okay, and then this one also. Okay, so from this particular work plane, I start to create the sectioning again. Okay, right click using the dynamic sectioning, and then right now choose the around z-axis, so it will be pivoting around z-axis, and then you just define the angle of those particular slicing. So maybe I will use I think it's enough. Okay, so I will create the slicing every 10 degrees, as you can see here, every 10 degrees. Later on I will going to use that particular curve from the slice geometry to create a surface. Okay, like that. I still edit another one until 180, and then choose the x-axis to slide. Okay, I will use 10 millimeter. So I will create one more curve over there, and then if I continue, maybe I will have to switch to another work plane, which is I already created over there. So I choose that work plane, and again using dynamic sectioning, using the around Z, so we can continue this process to the other neck, to the other turn of the neck of the bottle. Okay, so this one also using 10 degrees interval. Okay, until 90 degrees. Okay, so as you can see here, a lot of the curve, which is quite confusing, so I will try to delete the unnecessary curve. So let me select the unnecessary curve. Okay, I think over there still have. Let me hide the surface and the mesh. Delete. Oh, this one is not. Okay. Delete. Okay, delete the curve. So I'm going to delete. So basically just deleting all the unnecessary curve. Okay, this one as well. Okay, so let me hide. So this one still have the line or curve projected from the projected of the section. Okay, let me see if there any more curve. Okay, that's it. I hide it. The surface I hide it. Oh, I think, yeah, that's the cap. There's a little gap between the cap and the neck. Okay, I actually have a gap. So let me hide on those meshes, and let me see. Okay, so here as you can see, there is still have a curve that is unnecessary curve. Okay, I think it's a quite clean, good section. And then to start off creating the surface. Okay, so we need to select all of those curves, and then we need to do the repoint in order to get the uniform point distribution using repoint. So maybe I will use 50, sorry. Okay, I think it's good. Okay, apply. Okay, so right now I'm going to continue to select all the curve, and then within this particular curve I just click the surface creation and then choose the appropriate option. Okay, from separate. Yeah, I think it's okay, now we are done at the neck of the surface, bottom, and the last one is at the mid surface over there. We still have to create. Okay, so I need to create the plane in order to cut it. So I put the 0.0.0 location of the curve of the plane, surface plane, and then let me enlarge this. Just simply click and drag, enlarge it. Okay, like that. So I'm going to split this mesh using the limit selection. Split the mesh here. Okay, and then as well as the bottom mesh. Okay, let me add the selection. Okay, so this one is a cap, this one is a neck, and this one is mid. I call it mid. Middle transition between the neck over there. I think this one is a quite challenging shape on this particular position. So let me cut it So I just cut and then left it like that. Create the work plane again at the center. Okay, and then from that work plane I create a plane at the 0.0.0 location. Then I enlarge this particular surface. So my plan is to cut this surface, this mesh using the surface. I divide it into two, so in order to simplify the surface creation, okay, just cut, okay, split those two meshes, okay, and then I will hide. And then from this mesh, I just use the boundary edge. They will automatically create the curve within the edge, and then repoint the curve, maybe using 200 point, so they will have the nice distribution of the point. So when you look up close at the particular position at the corner here, is not exactly the corner, so we have to edit. Okay, let me click drag. I'm using the editing tool of the PowerShape here. Okay, so basically I just create the orientation of the curve. Okay, so in order to have the perfect match of the corner over there, here as well. Okay, I just click the point and drag it into the corner. Okay, click and drag it, and then we arrange the direction. Okay, over there. Yeah, okay. So we still have two more to go. Click and then also arrange the direction. You need to click and drag at the arrow, not at the radius over there. Click, click and drag, and then align it to the particular edges. Okay, I think it's a good perfect match between the curve and the mesh. Okay, and then select all the mesh and then the curve. Just create the surface using Smart Surfacer, and then to the advanced option, using the smaller tolerance, you will get the perfect match between the curve and the mesh over there. Okay, just click apply. So you can see we have the quite good surface, and then it's matched within the mesh, and then we have to do the other side of the surface. Actually, you also can mirror the surface, but here I don't really like using the mirror on the scan data, because I'm not really sure whether this particular bottle is fully symmetric or not. Okay, but if this bottle intended to be the fully symmetric, you can just mirror the result of the other side of the surface to the other side of the surface, and then no need to create like me have the two twice I'm creating this surface. Okay, so this one is actually already good match, and then you just select, click surface, Smart Surfacer, and then click advanced using the lower tolerance in order to get the good perfect match to the surface. Okay, yeah, I think all the surface is already done. Okay, Yeah, all the surface is already done, as you can see here. So we just hide all unnecessary surface. Okay, now let me continue to the very last step, which is we have to convert this bottle to solid. Okay, just click and then hide all the patches over there. So as you can see, at between the cap and the neck of the bottle we have a gap, slightly have a gap. It's okay, because actually this bottle also the cap we can remove it. So I'm going to use the two solid. Okay, so just click all the surface and then go to the click all the surface. Okay, yeah, and then go to the solid, and there is create the solid from surface. Okay, so it's now already have a converted into the surface, so solid. Sorry, and then you just rename the using body and then the cap. Okay, that's it, it's finished. Thank you for watching, and then bye bye.